ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पदान् सहगणा ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च नमां विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूप स्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. I would like to seek the blessings of my spiritual counselors, Krishnanam Prabhu and Amritma Mataji, and all the assembled devotees. I seek your blessings so that for the next few hours, by the power of your blessings, I will be able to speak few words in glorification of Srila Loknath Goswami. In America, today, July 31st, 2021, is the Tirobhav Tithi, the disappearance day of our great Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya, Srila Loknath Goswami. So I would like to speak in his glorification. Srila Loknath Goswami is a very important Acharya in our Sampradaya. And before we begin his glorification, I would like to read one verse from Bhagavad Gita along with Srila Prabhupada's translation and purport. This is Bhagavad Gita, chapter 8, text 5. Lord Krishna is instructing Arjun, Antakale cha mameva smaran muktva kalevaram yaha prayati samadbhavam yati nastyatra samshayah. Word to word translation. Antakale, at the end of one's life. Cha, also. Mam, me. Eva, certainly. Smaran, remembering. Muktva, quitting. Kalevaram, the body. Yaha, he who. Prayati, goes. Saha, he. Mad, bhavam, my nature. Yati, achieves. Na, not. Asti, there is. Atra, here. Samshaya, doubt. Translation and purport by our beloved founder Acharya, Om Vishnupada Paramhamsa Parivrajaka Shtottar Shata Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Translation. And whoever at the end of his life quits his body, remembering me alone, at once attains my nature. Of this, there is no doubt. Purport. In this verse, the importance of Krishna consciousness is stressed. Anyone who quits his body in Krishna consciousness is at once transferred to the transcendental nature of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. The Supreme Lord is the purest of the pure. Therefore, anyone who is constantly Krishna conscious is also the purest of the pure. The word smaran, remembering, is important. Remembrance of Krishna is not possible for the impure soul who has not practiced Krishna consciousness in devotional service. Therefore, one should practice Krishna consciousness from the very beginning of life. If one wants to achieve success at the end of his life, the process of remembering Krishna is essential. Therefore, one should constantly, incessantly chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has advised that one be as tolerant as a tree. Taror api sahishnuna. There may be so many impediments for a person who is chanting Hare Krishna. Nonetheless, tolerating all these impediments, one should continue to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So that at the end of one's life, one can have the full benefit of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, I read this very important verse from Sri Bhagavad Gita because Srila Prabhupada says that this verse of Bhagavad Gita, Anta Kale Cha Mameva Smaran Muktva Kalevaram, it stresses the importance of Krishna consciousness. And today we are going to speak about our Gaudiya Vaishnava Acharya, Srila Lokanath Goswami, who exemplifies the essence of what Krishna consciousness really is. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada has arranged it in such a way that all of us sing the name of Srila Lokanath Goswami every single day of our life. Srila Lokanath Goswami appeared in East Bengal, which is now the country of Bangladesh. And Srila Lokanath Goswami appeared in a very pious family of devotees. His parents were devotees of Krishna. Srila Lokanath Goswami's father's name was Padmanabh, and he was a great devotee of Krishna. He brought up Srila Lokanath Goswami in a very Krishna conscious way. And staying in East Bengal, Bangladesh, they would keep hearing news about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lokanath Goswami was a contemporary of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, almost the same age as Mahaprabhu. In the year 1510, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas on the auspicious tithi of Makara Sankranti. Just before that, few months before that, Lokanath Goswami, who was also a young man, in his 20s, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was 24 years old when he accepted sannyas. Sri Lokanath Goswami, also approximately same age, he kept hearing about the glories of Nimai Vishwambhar in Nadia, Navadvip Dham. He heard that once when Nimai was manifesting his pastimes as Pandit, as a great scholar, he actually came to East Bengal. He came to Bangladesh. He stayed on the banks of the river Padma and he preached, he taught about Nyay, Sanskrit Vyakaran, and so many other topics. And what students would take 12 years to learn, he taught them in just 2 months. Just 2 months. And he preached the Hare Krishna Mahamantra to Tapan Mishra, who was a very qualified Brahmin, and he was Jigyasu. He was very curious about what is sadhya and what is sadhana. At that time, Nimai Pandit taught him, preached to him, that the sadhya is Krishna Prem and the sadhana is Krishna Bhakti. And chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the best way of performing sadhana. And then this Nimai Pandit, after finishing his teaching tour in East Bengal, he went back to his hometown, Navadvip. And there, later on, he inaugurated the Nam Sankirtan movement. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. And he has come as the Yuga avatar. Nama Sankirtanarambhe Bhavishyami Shachi Sutta Swarnaditi Ramasthaya Swarnaditi Ramasthaya Bhavishyami. I'm forgetting the last line of this verse, but this is from the Agni Puran, I believe. It is mentioned in the Agni Puran that Nama Sankirtanarambhe, in order to inaugurate the Nam Sankirtan movement, Nama Sankirtanarambhe Bhavishyami Shachi Sutta, in the future, as the son of Mother Shachi, the Supreme Lord will appear. His name will be Shachi Sutta. Bhavishyami Shachi Sutta. Swarnadi Tiram Asthaya. Navadvipe Janashraya. Yes, now I remember. Navadvipe Janashraya. That on the Swarnadi Tiram, on the bank of the river Ganga, Navadvipe Janashraya. People will inhabit a town called Navadvip. They will take shelter of this town called Navadvip. Many scholars will take shelter of this town called Navadvip on the banks of Ganga. And there, as a son of Shachi Devi, the Supreme Lord will appear. And what he will do? Nama Sankirtan Arambhe. He will inaugurate the Nam Sankirtan movement. So this Pandit who came to our East Bengal is not an ordinary soul. He has proved himself on the authority of Shastra to be the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Krishna Varnam Tvisa Krishnam Sangopanga Straparshadam Yadne Sankirtana Prayer Yajantihi Sumedhasa. And he has come with his associates. Now, Nityananda Prabhu has joined him in Navadvip. Advaita Prabhu has moved from Shantipur to Navadvip. And Srivas Thakur, he lives very close to the house of Nimai Pandit. So together, along with Gadadhar Pandit, they are performing Nam Sankirtan day and night. It's a wonderful phenomenon, Nam Sankirtan movement. Therefore, I must go to Navadvip. What am I doing here in East Bengal? Our Lokanath Goswami thought like that. So along with his maternal uncle, who was slightly older than him, Lokanath and his maternal uncle, Bhugarbha Goswami, they both traveled from Bangladesh, East Bengal, to Navadvip. And they came and they started staying in Navadvip, in the association of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They both took shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And very quickly, within a matter of days, they became intimate associates of the Panchatattva in Navadvip. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu showered so much love and affection on Lokanath and Bhugarbha. Loknath Goswami's life and soul was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. During the kirtans, he would fan Mahaprabhu. He would cook for Mahaprabhu. He would assist Mahaprabhu in every way possible. Day and night, he would spend time with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Loknath Goswami could not imagine a life without his Pranadhan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knows everything. He's Antaryami. He's Paramatma. Sarvasya Chaham Hridhi Sannivishto. Mahaprabhu is present in everyone's heart. He understood the tender heart of Loknath Goswami, that he will not be able to see my pastime of accepting sannyas, which I am going to do in a few days. How can I put Loknath Goswami through such a pain of having to see me give up the comfort of my house, give up the loving care of my mother, Shachi Devi, give up the association of my beloved wife, Shri Vishnupriya Devi, give up the association of my dearmost friends like Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, Srivas Thakur, Haridas Thakur, Jagadananda Pandit, Shivananda Singh, all these great devotees. How will Loknath Goswami feel when I just give up their association? I make them cry. Mukunda will be crying, everyone will be crying, and I just take sannyas and leave. How can I put Loknath, my Loknath, through such a pain? So I must send him away somewhere so that he is not able to see my sannyas leela. So one day Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called Loknath Goswami and told him, my dear Loknath, I have a very important service for you in Vrindavan. Very soon, I will shave my head and I will accept sannyas with the sole intention of giving Krishna Prem, Krishna Nam, Krishna Bhakti to one and all. I want to travel and preach, and I need your help. I have a great mission, not just for our generation, but for many, many, many generations to come. I want to re-establish Vrindavan as the highest place of pilgrimage. Krishna Bhakti, Krishna Prema, Seva Pravartan, Lupta Tirtha Uddhara Ar, Vairagya Shikshan. I want to establish Lupta Tirtha Uddhara, all the places of pilgrimage, billions of them have been lost because Shri Vrindavan Dham has been repeatedly plundered by the foreign invaders. Therefore, I want my dearmost confidential associates, the Goswamis, like the two of you, to go to Vrindavan, settle there, and manifest these lost places of pilgrimage. I want you to do bhajan there, Vairagya Shikshan, and teach the world how a renounced devotee, how a Vairagi in the renounced order of life is supposed to live. Because renunciation is essential. We cannot live our entire life as grihasthas, attached to our family, our house, and our wealth. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Shikshartham Eka Purusha Purana Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shariradhari Kripambudhiryastamaham Prapadye. Srila Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya wrote this verse in glorification of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is teaching us Vairagya Vidya and Bhakti. Bhakti and renunciation go hand in hand. Because attachment to Krishna is Bhakti, and attachment to Krishna means detachment from material things. Hare Krishna. Vishaya Vinivartante Niraharasya Dehinam. Raso, what is that verse? Rasoham Rasopyasya Param Distva Nivartante. In Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Lord Krishna says that Vishaya Vinivartante Niraharasya Dehinam. Rasopyasya Param Dristva Nivartante. that although the taste for lower things may remain in this material world, the Vishaya, the objects of sense gratification, the taste may remain because we have tasted this materialistic sense gratification for such a long time, so many lifetimes, millions of lifetimes. So that flavor, that taste remains, whatever it may be. It may be eating in restaurants. It may be looking at our bank balance, making sure that I have got so much money. It may be looking at our family members, children, parents, grandchildren, with the attitude of enjoying with them. It may be browsing what are the vacation spots that I have not seen. Whatever our attachments are, because we have indulged in those sense gratificatory activities, some taste is there. Krishna says that some taste will remain, but param dristva, if we get a higher taste, something that is even better, then we will not run after those small things. For example, if there is a 2000 rupee note, a real note, and there is a fake note, fake rupee note, 500 or 1000 rupee note, which is fake. And we know it is fake. It is used for some playing in some games, like some board game, business, or some game we play at home, Monopoly. So it is fake currency that is used in games by children. And there is a real 2000 rupee note. If we see the two, we will not be attracted to the fake note. We will be attracted to the real currency, because we know this has no value. It is just like paper. But this looks like paper, but it is not paper. It is real. So similarly, there is materialistic enjoyment, which is like fake currency, and there is Krishna consciousness, which is a higher taste. Param dristva nivartate. We don't fall down to the lower taste if we have got a higher taste. So giving up the lower taste means renunciation, detachment. And that can only happen if we are attached to Krishna. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says that Mahaprabhu is teaching us Bhakti Yoga, but along with that, Vairagya. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that Vairagya is very important in life. Vairagya is very important in life. And therefore, I want you to teach what is the duty of a Vairagi. Because out of the 4 ashrams, 3 ashrams are ashrams of renunciation: Brahmacharya, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. All these 3 ashrams are ashrams of renunciation. Therefore, I want you to teach the world what is the duty of a renunciate. So go to Vrindavan and I will come there. And when I come there, you can receive me, you can serve me, you can take me on Vrindavan Dham Parikrama, you can show me all the lost places of pilgrimage that you have excavated along with Bhugarbha Goswami. Go and live there. And very soon, I will take sannyas and I will come there. And I will meet you. So please go to Vrindavan and prepare for my arrival. Because as we all know, it was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's desire that after taking sannyas, he will go straight to Sri Vrindavan Dham. And he actually wanted to stay in Vrindavan for the rest of his Leela. So he told that plan to Lokanath Goswami. And Lokanath Goswami said, my dear Mahaprabhu, wherever you are, that is Vrindavan. Why are you separating me from it? Whatever you do, I want to stay with you. I don't want to leave. But I understand that you have a mission for me. You want me to go as an advance party and make preparations for your arrival in Vrindavan. So to please you, to serve you, to obey your orders, I will go. And it was a very painful separation. Lokanath Goswami was faltering and falling down in great agony of separation from Mahaprabhu. You can imagine what is the beauty of Mahaprabhu. He is the combined essence of the beauty of Radha and Krishna. Incomparable. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's beauty, his qualities are incomparable. Lokanath Goswami felt so much separation. But holding on to each other, Bhugarbha Goswami and Lokanath Goswami somehow made their way from Navadvip to Sri Vrindavan Dham. And there They started doing their bhajan, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, praying earnestly to Sri Vrinda Devi to manifest the different places of pilgrimage in her dham for the pleasure of Mahaprabhu. Every time some pilgrims would come to Vrindavan Dham, Lokanath Goswami and Bhugarva Goswami would ask, have you heard any news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? Please tell us some news of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because among the devotees, Mahaprabhu was very well known. And all the traveling sadhus, wherever they would stop, they would discuss and talk about different great personalities. So it was natural that any pilgrim who would come to Vrindavan knew something about Mahaprabhu. So they would ask. And they came to know that yes, what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had told you is true. Soon after you came to Vrindavan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he traveled to Katwa and he has taken sannyas from Keshav Bharati Maharaj. And he said, now I will go to Vrindavan and stay there forever. When Lokanath Goswami and Bhugarva Goswami heard this, they were so excited. Yes, Mahaprabhu will come here. Our Mahaprabhu will come here. And then the traveling pilgrims told, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, he was not alone. He was accompanied by Nityananda Prabhu, by Mukunda, by Jagadananda Pandit, by Damodar Pandit. They were with him, these four associates. And after the sannyas ceremony, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told Nityananda Prabhu, there was a tumultuous kirtan going on. And Mahaprabhu called Nityananda Prabhu and told him, take me to Sri Vrindavan Dham. And Lokanath Goswami was listening with bated breath. And the pilgrims narrated. But Nityananda Prabhu is most merciful. He knew the ocean of sorrow that the residents of Navadvip were plunged into because of the sudden departure of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Navadvip and sudden acceptance of sannyas. Shachi Mata, Advaita Acharya, Vishnu Priya Devi, Shrivas Thakur, Haridas Thakur, all these devotees, what they must be going through, only Nityananda Prabhu knew. So Nityananda Prabhu told Mahaprabhu, yes, I will take you to Vrindavan, but instead he tricked him and took Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu back to Bengal. He told him that this river is Yamuna. Actually, it was Ganga, and he took him to Shantipur. And now there is a big festival going on in Shantipur, and Mahaprabhu is staying in Shantipur. That's all the pilgrims knew. Now Lokanath Goswami and Bhugarva Goswami had to wait for a long time for some other pilgrims to come to Vrindavan and ask them, have you heard any news of Mahaprabhu? And after some time, some visiting pilgrims, they told Bhugarva Goswami and Lokanath Goswami that yes, a grand festival took place in Shantipur, in the house of Sri Advaita Prabhu. Shachi Mata was called from Navadvip. And for 10 days, a great festival took place. Day and night there was Nam Sankirtan. Shachi Mata got to cook for her Nimai. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu expressed his desire that he wants to go to Vrindavan and stay there forever, again Lokanath Goswami's excitement was mounting. Has Mahaprabhu left for Vrindavan? Has Mahaprabhu left to come here? He has promised us. The traveling pilgrim sadhus informed Lokanath Goswami and Bhugarva Goswami, no. Last time it was Nityananda Prabhu who took Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Shantipur instead of bringing him here to Vrindavan. This time it was Shachi Mata. She told Nimai, Vrindavan is very far away from Navadvip. But Jagannath Puri is just little south of Navadvip. It's not that far. Vrindavan is the place of Krishna. That same Krishna in the form of Jagannath lives forever in Jagannath Puri. Shri Kshetra, Jagannath Puri Dham. Traveling pilgrims, merchants, and people in general, they are always traveling. They are always traveling from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri. Therefore, please make Jagannath Puri as your headquarters. Stay in Jagannath Puri. Don't go to Vrindavan. It's too far away. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was willing to do anything that Shachi Mata told him because he is Matru Bhakta Shiromani. He is the crest jewel of all those who follow their mother, obey their mother. Because he knew what pain he had put Shachi Mata through. So he wanted to somehow make her happy. So he said, yes, mother, I will stay in Jagannath Puri. And therefore, my dear Lokanath Goswami and Bhugarva Goswami, from Shantipur, instead of coming to Vrindavan, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went in the opposite direction. Instead of coming north, he went south to Jagannath Puri. Oh, how heartbroken our Lokanath Goswami was. You can imagine. The only purpose of his life was to wait in Vrindavan, to welcome and receive Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to serve him, to take him on a parikrama, and to cook for him, to care for him. That's what they were living for. Just like Shabari was waiting for thousands of years, waiting for her guru's words to be fulfilled. Matanga Rishi had promised her that, my dear daughter, you wait here. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Ram and Lakshman, will come. And you are the most qualified of all my disciples. Therefore, all my disciples, I am taking them back home, back to Godhead with me. But you will have to stay behind because you are most qualified. Hare Krishna. Therefore, sometimes the most special devotees get the most difficult service. Hare Krishna. We see it throughout the history of Gaudiya Vaishnavism. If we just think, the most difficult service is given to the most qualified disciples. Hare Krishna. The service of Swarup Damodar Goswami and Sri Ramananda Rai was very easy. To sing verses from Srimad Bhagavatam, to sing verses from Srila Bilva Mangalacharya's Krishna Karanamrit, and the poetry of Chandidas and Vidyapati is a very exalted, glorious service. But it is easy compared to what Rupa and Sanatan and Raghunath had to go through. To live in separation from Mahaprabhu. He Radhe Vraja Devi ke chalalite, He Nanda suno kutaha, Shri Govardhana kalpa pada patale, Kalindi vane kutaha, Ghoshantaviti sarvato vrajapure, Khedar mahavivalo, Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyugau, Shri Jiva Gopalakau. The 6 Goswamis, how they would have loved to be with Mahaprabhu in Nilachal Dham. Rupa and Sanatan were so happy staying at Siddhavakul with Thakur Mahashaya, Haridas Thakur, chanting with him. Every day Mahaprabhu coming and Govinda bringing the Upalabhog offering. At afternoon, bringing lunch, Jagannath Prasad for them. Mahaprabhu coming every morning and speaking Krishna Katha, discussing Krishna Katha with them, embracing them, dancing in Sankirtan, Rath Yatra festival. What a life it was in Jagannath Puri. Very happy life with Mahaprabhu. But more difficult was to go to Vrindavan and fulfill these 5 purposes. Krishna Prema, Krishna Bhakti, Seva Pravartan, Lupta Tirtha Uddhara or Vairagya Shikshan. Krishna Prem, to teach the world what is Krishna Prem. Krishna Bhakti, to write books like Brihad Bhagavatamrit and Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, which teaches us what is Vraj Prem, what is the essence of Krishna consciousness. Krishna Prema, Krishna Bhakti, Seva Pravartan, to build temples with no funds in a jungle for Radha Madan Mohan, for Radha Govinda Dev, for Radha Gopinath, for Radha Raman. So difficult. But Seva Pravartan. This was one of the 5 instructions. The third instruction was Seva Pravartan. Establish temples in Vrindavan. Lupta Tirtha Uddhar, excavate the lost holy places of pilgrimage, and Vairagya Shikshan. And teach the world how a person in the renounced order of life is supposed to live. This is what the 6 Goswamis are doing. Crying out in separation, He Radhe, Vraja Devi ke chalalite, He Nanda Suno Kuta. Oh Nanda Nandan Krishna, where are you? Oh Radharani, where are you? Lalita Vishakha, where are you? Radha Kunda Tate Kalinda Tanaya Tire Chavamshi Vate Premonmadavashad Shesha Dashaya Grastau Pramattau Sada Gayantau Chakada Harer Gunavaram Hava Vibhutau Muda Vande Rupa Sanatanau Raghuyugau Shri Jiva Gopalakau. Sometimes in Radha Kund, Radha Kunda Tate Kalinda Tanaya Tire Chavamshi Vate. Sometimes on the banks of Kalindi River Yamuna, sometimes at Vamshivat. They are just going and Premonmad, the divine Unmad, the divine madness of love, crying in separation, Vipralamba Seva. So the most special devotees get the most difficult service. Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada had so many glorious disciples, so many glorious sannyas disciples, so many glorious brahmacharis, grihasthas. He had a whole army. It is relatively easy to preach in India, to establish Gaudiya Math and to preach in India is relatively easy. But more difficult is to get on a cargo ship, not even a passenger ship, a cargo ship, and travel to a country where no one knows about Krishna. In India, people know about Krishna, people know about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So they are more receptive. But to go and to live among the hippies and to cook for them, to clean up after them, to wash their plates, to teach them how to live as a Vaishnava. You must take a bath after you answer nature's call. This is how you tie a dhoti. This is how you wear a sari. This is how you put a Vaishnava tilak at 12 places. This is how you chant. This is prasad. This is offerable. This cannot be offered. To teach them everything from scratch at the age of 70 is most difficult. So this most difficult service of Paschatya Desha Tarine was given to Srila Prabhupada, our Prabhupada. Srila Abhay Charana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada. And the Gaudiya Math devotees appreciate this. Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Maharaj, he composed a very beautiful pranam mantra for Srila Prabhupada. Because at that time, Srila Prabhupada did not have any disciples who were learned in Sanskrit. So there was no one to write a pranam mantra for Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada himself gave a very simple pranam mantra. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitina. Similar to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur's first pranam mantra. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tina. Second verse that Srila Prabhupada gave was also very simple. Namaste Saraswate Devi. His spiritual master Srila Saraswati Thakur, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Namaste Saraswate Deve, Gauravani Prachari. Srila Prabhupada preached the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Nirvishesha Shunyavadi, Paschatya Deshatari. Impersonalism and voidism. Infected Western world, he has saved, he has delivered. So question may be asked, Srila Prabhupada did not just preach in the West. He preached north, he went to Russia to preach. He went east, he went to Japan. He went south, he went to Malaysia, he went to Australia, New Zealand. So Srila Prabhupada has preached in all the directions. So why just Paschatya Deshtare? Therefore, our Gaudiya Math brothers, they have written this very beautiful Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Maharaj wrote this very beautiful second verse. Gurvagyam shirasi dharyam shaktyavesh swarupini Hare Krishneti mantrena paschatya prachyatare. He says that Gurvagyam shirasi dharyam, taking the orders of his spiritual master on his head. Guru Agya shirasi dharyam shaktyavesh swarupini. Srila Prabhupada was Shaktyavesh avatar of Nityananda Prabhu. Swarup is Nityananda Prabhu. Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam. Bhaktarup is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Swarup is Nityananda Prabhu. Bhaktarupa Swarupakam. Bhaktavatar is Advaita Acharya. Bhaktakhyam is Srivas Thakur. Namami Bhakta Shaktikam. Bhakta Shakti is Gadadhar Pandit. So Swarup is Nityananda Swarup. Nityananda Ram. So Nityananda Prabhu's preaching Shakti, because preaching is the preacher, the distributor is Nityananda Prabhu. Nadi Yago Drumme Nityananda Mahajan. He is the preacher. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Kaho Krishna Shiksha. Nadi Yago Drumme Nityananda Mahajan. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the relisher of Radha Bhav. He came in Radha Bhav. He is the relisher of Radha Bhav, Mahabhav. And Nityananda Prabhu is a distributor. Distributor. Advaita Acharya is the inviter. He invited Mahaprabhu to come. Srivas Thakur is the arranger. He is the host. He arranged so many satsangs, so many sankirtans in his Srivas Angan. And Gadadhar Pandit is the teacher. He taught Srimad Bhagavatam to Mahaprabhu because he's Radharani. Radharani can teach Radha Bhav. So we have a relisher Mahaprabhu, we have teacher Gadadhar Pandit, we have inviter Advaita Prabhu, we have arranger Srivas Thakur, and we have a distributor. The chief distributor is Nityananda Prabhu. All other distributors are under him. Haridas Thakur also distributed, but he's under Nityananda Prabhu. So all distribution takes place by Nityananda Prabhu Shakti. Kali Kale Yuga Dharma Krishna Sankirtan Krishna Shakti Vinanahi Tara Pravartan. Srila Vallabhacharya in the Madhya Lila of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita speaks this verse about Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kali Kale Yuga Dharma Krishna Sankirtan. The Yuga Dharma in Kali Yuga is Krishna Sankirtan. Krishna Shakti Vinanahi Tara Pravartan. And unless one is empowered by Krishna, one cannot substantially, significantly, in a sustainable way distribute Krishna consciousness. Not possible. Krishna Shakti Vinanahi Tara Pravartan. Krishna Shakti. So that Shaktyavesh avatar is Srila Prabhupada. He is not Krishna. He is a devotee of Krishna. But he is empowered by Krishna. Empowered by Nityananda Prabhu specifically. Preach. So, Guruvagyam Shirasi Dharyam Shaktyavesh Swarupine Hare Krishneti Mantrena Paschatya Prachyatare. By Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he delivered the east and the west. Paschatya Prachyatare. That is Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada says only Paschatya Deshatare. Humbly. Only Western world I preach little bit. But the Gaudiya Math devotees, they have given such a wonderful offering to Srila Prabhupada, such a wonderful pranam mantra, that Paschatya Prachyatare. Everywhere. Eastern and Western hemisphere, everything you have delivered. The whole globe you have delivered. Like that. So, performing service in separation is very difficult. So Loknath Goswami was crying in separation. So now Mahaprabhu is going to live further south in Jagannath Puri. Oh, how will we meet him? How will we meet him? So he decides, I must go to Jagannath Puri, and once I want to see my Mahaprabhu. Once I want to serve him. And then I will come back to Vrindavan. I will bring him with me to Vrindavan. Thinking like this, Loknath Goswami left Vrindavan and he came to Jagannath Puri. My dear friends, from Vrindavan, this is Navadvip and this is Jagannath Puri. So from Vrindavan, Jagannath Puri is 1,000 kilometers. I looked it up on the Google map. 1,000 kilometers. By foot, he walked, Loknath Goswami. And when he came to Jagannath Puri Dham, he was told that Mahaprabhu is not here. Mahaprabhu came to Jagannath Puri, stayed for 4 months, and now he has gone for South India Yatra. He delivered Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and he went to South India Yatra. No one knows where he is. No one knows where he will come, when he will come. And it's been almost 2 years since Mahaprabhu has gone to South India. So Lokanath Goswami said, I will go throughout South India and I will search for my Mahaprabhu. So Lokanath Goswami, like a transcendental madman, he went from village to village in South India. And everywhere he would go, they would say, yes, yes, that great effulgent sannyasi, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here. He delivered all of us, made all of us into devotees of Krishna. And then he went in that direction. And then he went in that direction. And then he went there. And he literally followed in the footsteps of Mahaprabhu. But it was too late. Mahaprabhu had already gone. Then he came to Jagannath Puri. Our Lokanath Goswami came to Jagannath Puri Dham. Mahaprabhu has returned to Jagannath Puri. I was told, where is Mahaprabhu? Where is Mahaprabhu? They said, oh, he came. He stayed for some time. And then he has left for Vrindavan. He went to Vrindavan to visit Vrindavan. Oh, he went to visit Vrindavan. I'm supposed to be there for him. Lokanath Goswami, in his madness, he started running now from Jagannath Puri, 1,000 kilometers to Vrindavan. Oh, when Mahaprabhu goes, I must be there to receive him, to welcome him. I must have a bhajan kutir for him ready. Oh, who will serve him? Mahaprabhu will not know where to go, what to do. I must go there. Like a madman, stumbling and falling, he started running through the forests and villages. I am coming, Mahaprabhu, I am coming, Mahaprabhu. And he ran all the way without food, without proper water, barefoot. You can imagine the plight of our Lokanath Goswami. He ran to Shri Vrindavan Dham. Did Mahaprabhu come? Did Mahaprabhu come? Oh, Mahaprabhu was supposed to come to Vrindavan, but he could not make it to Vrindavan. From Kanai Natashala in Mayapur, he came back to Jagannath Puri. He went back to Jagannath Puri. Sanatan Goswami told him, don't go with such a large crowd to Vrindavan. So he went back to Jagannath Puri, same place where you came from. You can imagine the disappointment and the longing that Lokanath Goswami was feeling from Mahaprabhu. He felt like a total failure. I have failed. I could not find Mahaprabhu. I could not serve him. Now he has gone back to Jagannath Puri. He will never come to Vrindavan. He will never come to Vrindavan. But then he got news from some other traveling pilgrims. Those days, no WhatsApp, no Facebook, no YouTube, no status update, no email, nothing. No postal mail also, no telephone. Some traveling pilgrim said, Mahaprabhu is making his plans to come to Vrindavan, second attempt to come to Vrindavan. But the devotees there are not allowing him. They are saying it is too far, too dangerous. There are a lot of kingdoms which are ruled by foreigners. And Lokanath said, I know the way. I know how to come from Jagannath Puri to Vrindavan. I will go to Jagannath Puri and I will convince the devotees to let Mahaprabhu come to Vrindavan, and I will safely bring my Mahaprabhu to Vrindavan. And again, Lokanath Goswami went to Vrindavan, went to Jagannath Puri, my dear friends. Just think of this. Such love, such eagerness, such dedication, such enthusiasm, such purity of purpose. I just want to serve Mahaprabhu. He wants to come to Vrindavan, but the devotees are giving different excuses, not letting him travel. I will go and convince. I will be the personal servant of Mahaprabhu. I will convince them. I will take him to Vrindavan and I will bring him back safely to Jagannath Puri. Let him come to Vrindavan. He has a mission to fulfill. Again, Lokanath Goswami came to Jagannath Puri. Where is Mahaprabhu? Where is Mahaprabhu? Yes, Mahaprabhu came back from his aborted trip to Vrindavan. He went only as far as Navadvip and he came back. He stayed here for a long time and we kept putting so many obstacles. Now wait, Rath Yatra, wait for Rath Yatra. After Rath Yatra, let me go to Vrindavan. No. Now Chaturmas is starting. Please wait for 4 months. Oh, now wait for Hera Panchami, wait for this, wait for that. We kept on postponing his trips. Finally, he took our permission, took the permission of Gadadhar Pandit this time, took the permission of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. And along with Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he has gone to Vrindavan. Lokanath Goswami was so disappointed, so heartbroken. What have I done? Mahaprabhu has again gone to Vrindavan. He will go to Vrindavan and I will not be there. He had specifically told me, stay in Vrindavan. Why did I leave Vrindavan? I should have stayed there. Let me run back to Vrindavan now. My dear friends, our Lokanath Goswami again went to Vrindavan to be there for Mahaprabhu, to serve him. Through the forest, taking the shortest routes, through rivers, over mountains, through forests infested with tigers and leopards and lions and bear. Loknath Goswami risking no hotels, no motels, my dear friends. No highway where you can just take an exit and take a go to the rest area and rest and fuel up your car and take some snack. Nothing. You just walk through forest. If the forest is merciful to you to give you some fruits and roots, you eat or you starve. If there happens to be a river, you drink or you go thirsty. Very, very tough. No GPS, nothing. You don't even know whether you are going in the right direction. Lokanath Goswami used every bit of his energy and came back to Vrindavan. Did Mahaprabhu come here? Did Mahaprabhu come here? Yes, Loknath Goswami, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came here with his servant Balabhadra Bhattacharya. He stayed here for over a month and he asked about you. Where is my Loknath? Where is my Loknath? And you were not there. He waited for you and finally now he has gone to Prayag. Hare Krishna. At that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was giving his 2-month discourses to Srila Sanatana Goswami. Lokanath Goswami said, I will go again. I will go south. I will go to Prayag. And this time I'll find Mahaprabhu. Lokanath Goswami was crying and fainting. He was exhausted. It was a superhuman effort. He started walking again to Prayag. And out of utter exhaustion, dehydration, he just fainted and collapsed unconscious in the forest. At that time, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared to Lokanath Goswami. It was not a dream, it was a vision. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu chastised Lokanath Goswami. My dear Lokanath, why are you running from here, pillar to post? Just stay in Vrindavan. You should have heeded my advice, my orders. I told you to stay in Vrindavan. I'll come there. It was just a matter of time. Now don't keep running here and there like this. I'm going to leave Prayag now and move on. I want you to turn back and go back to Vrindavan and stay in Vrindavan. Very soon, right now in Prayag, I am delivering Sanatana Goswami. He is a very great devotee, very intimate devotee of mine. I am teaching him how to write books, what to write in those books. These books will be the basis of the Krishna consciousness movement for centuries to come. I want you to go to Vrindavan and stay there. Stay in the association of Subudhi Rai. I have just sent him here. From Prayag, I have sent him to Vrindavan. Take care of Subudhi Rai and wait there. Very soon, Rupa and Sanatana Goswami will come. I have already delivered Rupa Goswami. He's just finishing some business in Bengal and then he's coming to Vrindavan forever. So be there for Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. They are my right and left hand. Assist them. Take care of them. Show them the holy places that you have already excavated in Vrindavan. Take them on parikrama and live in their association and fulfill my mission in the company of Rupa and Sanatana Goswami. Please go back. Mahaprabhu finally gave darshan in a vision to Lokanath Goswami. Lokanath Goswami wiped his tears, gathered his strength, got up, turned around and went back to Shri Vrindavan Dham. Hare Krishna. He took shelter of Kishori Kund in Shri Vrindavan Dham and waited for Rupa and Sanatana Goswamis to come. Very soon they came. And Loknath Goswami served Rup and Sanatan Goswami, took care of them, showed them the holy places in Vrindavan. Later on, Gopal Bhatta Goswami came, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami came, finally Jiva Goswami came, Raghunath Das Goswami came. There are so many pastimes. I wanted to talk about how he gave initiation to Narottam Das Thakur, how he um, associated with Rupa Goswami, and how he was there when Rupa Goswami got darshan of Gopalji at the house of Shripad Vallabhacharya's son Vittalacharya. When the threat was there that Mughals are coming, Gopal was brought down from Govardhan. Rupa Goswami got darshan of Gopal at that time, and with Rupa Goswami was Lokanath Goswami. So many wonderful pastimes are there, but we have run out of time, and I'm getting calls from the hospital also. So I will end here. But Lokanath Goswami is teaching us this principle that we may make mistakes in life. Hare Krishna. Lokanath Goswami missed so many golden opportunities to serve Mahaprabhu. Externally, we can say that it was a failure, but nothing in spiritual life is failure, my dear friends. If our intention is pure, our heart is pure, our motives are pure, success or failure doesn't matter. It's all success because we are absorbed. Lokanath Goswami was absorbed in thoughts of Mahaprabhu, Vipralambha Seva, service and separation, which is a very high platform. So whatever mistakes we have made in spiritual life, we might have made mistakes before initiation, after initiation, whatever has happened. But today, on the disappearance day of Shripad Lokanath Goswami, I wanted to talk about how Radha Vinod appeared to him. So many pastimes are there, but we have run out of time. I'm sorry. But we can pray to Lokanath Goswami that whatever has happened in the past cannot be changed. But the future is there. Future is there. And I have heard many times from my beloved spiritual master, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, that we should always look at the future. The past cannot be changed, but the future is there. So let us renew our vows of initiation, renew the sacred vows that we have taken in our life, that now we will not fall down. Now we will not make mistakes. Now we will do what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what Guru and Gauranga want us to do. And with enthusiasm, with determination, in the association of devotees, we should carry on with the mission that has been given to us. Mahaprabhu's mission continues. And Srila Prabhupada's mission is non-different from Mahaprabhu's mission. It is the same mission, and we are fortunate to be part of it. With so many acharyas ready to bless us. It is said in Gaur Ganodesh Deepika, Lokanathakya Goswami, Srila Leela Manjari Pura. That Leela Manjari in Goloka Vrindavan, one of the main Manjaris assisting Shri Rupa Manjari is Lokanath Goswami. In Krishna Lila, he is Leela Manjari. So all our acharyas are like that. Baldev Vidyabhushan, Vishwanath Chakra Thakur, the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan, Bhugarva Goswami, Kashishwar Pandit, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj, Bhakti Vinod Thakur, Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. All of them are Manjaris. Narottam Das Thakur, Srinivasa Acharya, Shyamananda Pandit. It's a whole parampara of Manjari maid servants of Srimati Radharani. So we have nothing to fear. And with great enthusiasm, with renewed enthusiasm and determination, taking inspiration from the life of Lokanath Goswami, how he chanted, how he prayed. He was praying for the success of Rupa and Sanatan Goswami, for the success of Das Goswami, for the success of Jiva Goswami, for the success of Narottam Das Thakur, without expecting anything for himself. He was a Bhajananandi. He was not Goshtanandi, Bhajananandi. But we need Bhajanandis also, my dear friends. Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj was a Bhajananandi. Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj was Bhajananandi. But what do these Bhajananandi acharyas do? They infuse their disciples with their potency. Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj, he infused Thakur Bhakti Vinod with his love and potency and empowerment. So did Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. So similarly, Srila Lokanath Goswami, he never left Kishori Kunda. He never gave up his chanting of Hare Krishna Mantra. He never wrote any books. He never traveled afterwards. But he empowered Narottam Das Thakur. He prayed that Rupa and Sanatan Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami will be able to write literatures that will guide mankind in the future. He prayed for Jiva Goswami that may he be successful in writing his Shat Sandarbhas and so many literatures, so many commentaries. So we have got these wonderful acharyas like Loknath Goswami who are amanina manade. They don't want any pratishtha, but they are praying for us. They are empowering us. When Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami went to take blessings from Srila Lokanath Goswami, he said, "You have my full blessings to write Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. May you be successful, but please don't write anything about me." This is real humility. This is a devotee who likes to be in the background. This is salt, as Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj explains in his book, The Journey Within. It's the four things: salt, chicken, crane, and you. The story of Anantacharya. So this is salt, to be in the background, to bring out the flavor in others, but being in the background. Very nice paneer sabji, very nice khichdi, but no one says very nice salt in the khichdi, very nice salt in the sabji. No one says. Being in the background. Yes, I will pray for your success. May you write Chaitanya Charitamrita, my dear Kaviraj Goswami. But please don't write anything about it. No one should know about it. This is the nature of a devotee. But Krishna also has his nature. Krishna's nature is that he will exalt such devotees who want to be in the background. Srila Prabhupada was in the background in Gaudiya Math. He would donate his profits from the Prayag pharmacy to his beloved God brother so they could preach. But then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu exalted Srila Prabhupada like anything. He got the title of his Gurudev, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada and Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj. How great is that? What a great honor to be given the same title as your spiritual master. And again, Srila Bhakti Govinda Sundar Maharaj, in his Pranam Mantra that he offered to Srila Prabhupada, he puts Prabhupada in the first verse of Pranam Mantra. He writes, Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Swami Shri Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupadaya Te Nama. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada did not put that in his own Pranam Mantra. He said, Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Nama. Namam Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Swami Shri Bhakti Vedanta Prabhupadaya Te Nama. That is what his Bhakti Sundar Govinda Maharaj wrote. He was a disciple of His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Rakshak Sridhar Maharaj, his disciple. He learned Bhagavad Gita from our Srila Prabhupada. So, right person to write Pranam Mantra for our Prabhupada. Such a beautiful glorification of Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhupada was exalted. Similarly, Krishna's nature is that Loknath Goswami wants to hide, but Krishna wants to exalt him, put him on a pedestal so everyone can glorify. And therefore, Loknath Goswami made no disciples. He had only one disciple. And that one disciple was Srila Narottam Das Thakur. And he wrote this very beautiful book called Prem Bhakti Chandrika. And in that there are many songs. And one song is Guru Vandana. And in that fourth verse of the song, he writes, Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu Lokanath Lokera Jivana. And Srila Prabhupada, who established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, instituted the morning program. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's Guru Ashtakam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Shiksha Ashtakam, Srila Jayadev Goswami, and from Prahlad Maharaj's Narsimha Arti, Krishnadas Goswami's Tulsi Arti, Srimad Bhagavatam class, and then there is Brahma Samhita prayers during Shringar Arti. But during Guru Puja, as part of the daily morning program from Sri Narottam Das Thakur's Prem Bhakti Chandrika, this song is taken, Guru Vandana. And in that, Narottam Das Thakur is praying to his Diksha Guru, Sri Lokanatha Goswami. Lokanatha Lokera Jivan. You are the life and soul of all these residents, all these devotees of Vrindavan. And Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu, you are an ocean of mercy, Adhama Janara Bandhu. Fallen souls like myself. You are the well-wishing friend. You are the Bandhu. Such nice glorification. Lokanath Lokera Jivana. So we are singing this every morning. So Lokanath Goswami wanted to hide. He didn't want anyone to know his name. But by the inconceivable plan of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that Lokanath Goswami who was running from here to there like a transcendental madman in separation, his name is chanted in every temple, every city, every continent, every country of this world, every single day. That Lokanath Goswami who wanted to hide, his name is chanted and glorified every day, even though he had only one disciple. This is Krishna's sense of humor. This is Krishna's love for his devotees. It's inconceivable. So many, many beautiful points we can learn from Sri Lokanath Goswami. And with this, my dear friends, I would like to stop. Srila Lokanath Goswami ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna. Adi Gadadhar Prabhu ki jai. Am I audible? Okay.
Yes, Prabhu, we can hear you.
Okay. So I don't know, video, I'm not able to start for some reason. Okay. All right. So thank you very much, Adi Gadadhar Prabhu. I don't have any words to express my sincere gratitude and appreciation for your deep dive into the life of the Goswamis. You have extracted the nectar from their teachings, and you are able to present in such a articulated way. So when I was introducing you, now I realize that what statement I've made, that you are a carbon copy of Amrinder Prabhu, is so absolutely true. We're so much indebted to you, Prabhuji. We could go on for hours listening to you, and there's so many wonderful points that you made. And in fact, it never struck me also that in Guru Puja, we are taking the name of Lokanath Goswami, and considering the fact that ISKCON is worldwide, like it used to be said that the sun never sets on the British Empire. So similarly, the sun never sets on the ISKCON Empire. So at every moment, there is a Guru Puja going on in some part of the world, and 24/7, and Lokanath Maharaj, Lokanath Goswami's, glories are being sung. So such a wonderful point you made. And also this beautiful point about that there are 3 ashrams, which are the renounced ashrams. And we can see from your own life that one can be a renunciate even in the Grihastha ashram. So you're a classic example of a devotee who is practicing Krishna consciousness with so much of sincerity and dedication. And for a Grihastha, the way by which he preaches is, of course, through words in such a wonderful way that you are doing, but by his behavior. Because that's what people actually are more touched by, more inspired by, when they see people within the Grihastha ashram who are practicing Krishna consciousness in a situation which is relatively challenging as compared to the other 3 ashrams, which are more protected, more insulated from the effects of Maya, because these devotees, they normally stay together within an ashram. But the Grihastha ashram devotees are required to work outside, take up a job, interact with relatives, interact with society. and they have so many responsibilities that they have to fulfill in terms of taking care of children, taking care of their wife taking care of their husband and family members. So, a Grahastha ashram is a life that is filled with responsibilities. And the best way to practice Krishna consciousness within the Grahastha ashram is, of course, to take shelter of the renounced ashram, be in their association as much as possible, and get inspired by them, and go out and preach by your exemplary behavior. So, Adi Gadadhar Prabhu, you're doing everything, whatever I said, and we are so very proud. We're so very happy, and we are so inspired to hear you speak. I know you are, it's very late now for you in Atlanta. We have devotees who have also got up very early in the morning to hear you speak. So we have Padmasaki Mataji and we have Param Gopal Prabhu from Nairobi. For them, it's like 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning now. We have devotees from Australia, and we have devotees from Mayapur. So we have devotees from the US. Shweta Mataji is logged in from the US. So we have devotees from different parts of the world, and we're very grateful to you. The time is 8:55 now. Adi Gadadhar Prabhu, please feel free. I know you have responsibilities 24/7. You are on call, I guess, in this week that you have to be on duty. So you have to go to the hospital now, Prabhu?
No, Prabhu, not now. I'll go in the morning. Just
Okay.
had to answer some phone calls.
Okay. Wow, that's amazing. And literally, are you still on that 1 week on, 1 week off schedule?
Yes, Prabhuji. Same
Wow.
schedule.
So that's the schedule that Adi Gadadhar Prabhu follows.